The NBA offseason is often described as a chessboard, where every move has the potential to redefine a team's identity and reshape the balance of power across the league. And right now, all eyes are locked on Los Angeles, where the future of a certain player has sparked debates, rumors, and strategic conversations in every corner of the basketball world. The idea of trading a player who has become so integral to the team's recent success might sound shocking at first, but when we take a step back and look at the broader picture, the salary cap implications, the playoff disappointments, and the relentless pursuit of another championship, it starts to make a lot more sense. Imagine the front office sitting in those high-rise conference rooms, mapping out scenarios where an expiring contract could be the key to unlocking a trade for a versatile wing defender and a dead-eye shooter. They're not just looking for any player. They want someone who mirrors the qualities of the league's elite two-way big men. We're talking about an athlete who can protect the rim, knock down those corner threes with consistency, and adapt to multiple defensive schemes. Pairing such a player with the dynamic stars already on the roster could instantly elevate Los Angeles' defense, addressing one of the team's most glaring weaknesses from last season. But that's just one path. Another intriguing possibility is a sign and trade deal that would bring in a veteran guard, someone with a proven track record in high-pressure playoff situations. This move would not only bring valuable experience, but also address immediate needs like floor spacing and ball movement. Veterans who thrive without the ball, constantly navigating through screens and exploiting defensive lapses, could be precisely what this team needs to complement its primary scorers. Simultaneously, such a deal might involve future draft picks, giving the team additional flexibility to pursue a third star or bolster other areas of the roster. There's also growing momentum behind the idea of reinforcing the front court with the cap space that would be freed up by this potential trade. Utilizing the mid-level exception or leveraging trade assets, the team could target defensive specialists, players celebrated for their ability to hedge on screens, switch across positions, and contest shots at the rim. For years, improving interior defense has been a recurring theme in Los Angeles' strategic plans. And now, the opportunity to finally address that weakness is within reach. A package involving the player's contract, a future first-round pick, and a promising young wing could serve as a compelling offer in negotiations, potentially bringing in a defensive cornerstone that perfectly fits the team's vision. Of course, every decision comes with its sacrifices. Trading this player would inevitably create a void in the backcourt, forcing the coaching staff to explore alternative lineups and perhaps assign greater responsibilities to emerging talents. Younger guards who have shown flashes of brilliance but lacked consistent minutes might suddenly find themselves thrust into pivotal roles. Developing these players will be crucial, both for the present and the future, and the front office will likely keep a close eye on the draft, scouting high upside prospects who could eventually step up as key contributors. Alternatively, the team might seek to acquire a reliable veteran backup point guard, someone who can stabilize the second unit, orchestrate the offense, and relieve pressure from the star players during crucial stretches. However, those opposing the trade are quick to highlight the unique chemistry between this player and the team's marquee superstar. Their on-court synergy, especially in catch-and-shoot situations, has been a vital component of the team's offensive flow. He is among the few players who consistently stretch the floor, creating driving lanes and maintaining offensive rhythm when the primary stars take a breather. The concern is that removing such a pivotal piece could disrupt the delicate balance that has taken years to build. Yet the front office has never shied away from making bold moves. If there's a package out there that enhances the team's championship odds, emotional attachments will not stand in the way of progress. Managing the salary cap remains an overarching concern, particularly in today's NBA landscape where financial flexibility can dictate a team's competitive window. Every transaction must meticulously consider matching salary requirements and the long-term implications of luxury tax penalties. A trade that clears substantial cap space could pave the way for mid-level exception signings, enabling the team to add high-energy role players without sacrificing depth. This calculated approach ensures that the team remains competitive while avoiding the pitfalls of financial overextension. Take, for example, a scenario where a trade frees up between $15 and $20 million in cap space. This maneuver could allow the team to target two dynamic role players, filling critical gaps while preserving young assets like promising wings and versatile defenders. In such a blueprint, Los Angeles could field a starting lineup featuring their star duo, a versatile power forward, a reliable point guard, and a defensively minded center. Simultaneously, they'd retain the flexibility to explore the free agent market, staying agile and opportunistic as new possibilities arise. But of course, none of these plans materialize in a vacuum. The success of any trade hinges on the willingness of other teams to engage in mutually beneficial negotiations. The front office has been proactive, leveraging long-standing relationships with rival general managers to gauge interest and explore potential trade packages. Hypothetical offers like, "What would you give for this player and a 2027 first-round pick?" become conversation starters, laying the groundwork for serious discussions. Once an opposing team expresses genuine interest, the trade rumors quickly ripple across the league, intensifying the spotlight on Los Angeles and their next move. Beyond the strategic calculus, there's also the human element to consider. This player isn't just a name on a spreadsheet. He's a beloved figure in the locker room, known for his infectious energy and relentless work ethic. His potential departure could have ripple effects on team morale, but it could also ignite a next man up mentality, inspiring younger players to seize their moment. Veterans would naturally step into mentorship roles, guiding the new generation while preserving the team's culture of accountability and resilience. So the burning question remains, is this team truly prepared to part ways with one of its most popular figures? Or is all this noise merely a strategic ploy to drive up his trade value and bait rival teams into making stronger offers? In the high-stakes game of NBA front office maneuvering, appearances can be deceiving. Every leak, every rumor, every subtle hint could be part of a larger plan to maximize assets and position the team for sustained success. As the offseason progresses, credible reports suggest that the franchise is not only entertaining the idea of trading this player, but might actually be inching closer to pulling the trigger on a significant deal. The notion of moving a player who has been instrumental in shifting the team's fortunes seems almost surreal. Yet given the financial constraints and championship aspirations, it could be a necessary evolution. The player's current contract situation adds another layer to the discussion. With 1 year remaining on a 4-year deal worth $53 million and an annual salary hovering around $13 million, the team faces a critical decision. Extending his contract for an additional 4 years at nearly $90 million would elevate his cap hit to approximately $22 million annually, a figure that, while reasonable for his production, complicates the team's broader financial outlook. For many franchises, locking in a rising star at under $25 million per year would be a no-brainer, but this team operates under unique constraints. With substantial salaries already committed to cornerstone players, projections indicate that the luxury tax could soar past $200 million without strategic adjustments. In this context, moving this player, despite his popularity and contributions, might be the pragmatic choice. It's a cold calculation, but one that championship caliber teams are often forced to make. Statistically, his regular season performance has been impressive, averaging 20 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds per game, with shooting splits of 46% from the field and nearly 38% from beyond the arc. These are numbers befitting an all-star, particularly for a sixth man who entered the league undrafted. However, his playoff production tells a different story. A noticeable dip to 16 points per game, coupled with a shooting efficiency of just over 41% and a three-point accuracy plummeting to around 32%, has raised concerns. Turnovers have also been an issue, with his ratio nearing 1-to-1 in high-pressure moments. Critics argue that when the game slows down and defensive intensity ramps up, his weaknesses are exposed, limiting his impact in the postseason crucible. Yet beyond the numbers, his value to the team's culture cannot be overstated. He has consistently delivered in clutch situations during the regular season, serving as a stabilizing force when the offense stagnates. Trading him risks disrupting the fragile ecosystem that has enabled the team to notch 50 regular season wins. However, the front office remains steadfast in its belief that sentimentality should never outweigh the pursuit of banners hanging from the rafters. If the right trade package, perhaps involving a defensive specialist and a valuable draft pick, materializes, it could be the catalyst that propels the team back into the championship conversation. Such a move would also have cascading effects throughout the roster. Increased playing time for underutilized players could unearth new defensive stalwarts, especially under a revamped coaching philosophy. Moreover, acquiring a player on an expiring contract could offer the dual benefit of immediate playoff reinforcement and future asset accumulation, depending on the team's performance trajectory. Internal sources suggest that preliminary discussions with multiple front offices are already underway. The key question revolves around what opposing teams are willing to offer for a player of his caliber bundled with a protected first-round pick. Including an additional player in the package could further grease the wheels, facilitating negotiations and expediting the process. Early indications point to at least 3 teams expressing genuine interest, though specific details remain confidential. There's speculation that a contender seeking to round out a formidable trio might view this player as the missing piece, while another franchise focused on enhancing perimeter shooting could see tremendous value in acquiring him, especially if it means adding reliable rotation players and future draft capital. At the heart of all this maneuvering lies a simple yet profound question. How would this player react to being traded? His tenure with the current team has not only revitalized his career, but also rekindled the fan base's belief in the franchise. A trade would mark the end of a significant chapter, potentially positioning him as a leading figure in a new market hungry for success. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on! In a move that is set to shake up the NBA landscape, the Los Angeles Lakers have officially acquired Lithuanian center Jonas Valanciunas, adding size, experience, and grit to their front court. The 6'11" veteran, known for his strong presence in the paint and rebounding prowess, brings a new dimension to the Lakers lineup as they gear up for another deep playoff run. Valanciunas arrives in Los Angeles after a solid stint with the New Orleans Pelicans, where he averaged a double-double and proved himself to be a reliable scoring option inside. His ability to stretch the floor with mid-range shooting combined with his traditional post play makes him a versatile threat. More importantly, his physical style of play complements the finesse of Lakers stars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, creating a well-balanced front court. The Lakers front office sees this move as a strategic response to the increasingly physical Western Conference. With teams like Denver and Minnesota boasting dominant big men, the addition of Valanciunas gives the Lakers a stronger matchup presence in the paint. Head coach Darvin Ham expressed enthusiasm about the signing, stating that Valanciunas' toughness and experience will be invaluable to the team's title aspirations. Off the court, the Lithuanian big man is respected as a locker room leader and brings a wealth of playoff experience. He has consistently performed in high-pressure situations and is known for his professionalism and work ethic. For a Lakers team that has struggled with consistency and injuries in recent seasons, Valanciunas could provide the stability and depth they've been seeking. As the new season approaches, all eyes will be on how quickly Valanciunas integrates into the Lakers system. His arrival not only bolsters their interior defense and rebounding, but also signals the franchise's commitment to surrounding its core stars with capable, battle-tested veterans. For Lakers fans, the message is clear. The team is all in on contending now. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.